Well, what I see is a real big issue here that's been a complaint for many years. It's taxes. Taxes, whether you're an existing business or a new business, is killing this town. We need to keep taxes down. We need to keep the frivolous spending down. We need to make decisions that affect the long-range planning of the city and not do frivolous spending. Right now, we make decisions like the fire truck. It wasn't in the budget. $585,000, 5-minute discussion, it was passed. To me, that's not something we should be doing as a city. Well, that's a great question. It's the planning and forecasting that I do every day. And when you do that, you look out into the future and you try to predict where you're headed, where you're going. And that's what I've tried to do for the last 4 years for the city of Jordan. I've looked at it and I see that we're actually headed in the wrong direction. We're looking at tearing down buildings that we shouldn't be tearing down. The people that come and visit this fine city love the look of this building, of these towns, the historic architecture. We tear this down, nobody will come. And that's just the way it is. I mean, we need to look at this as we don't want to look like anywhere USA. It's an investment for saving. That's one of the reasons I moved here. It's one of the things that I love about this town. It's got the historic look. We've got the bluffs and the rivers. We need to protect all this, protect the green space, all of this stuff, create the connectivity that everybody is yearning for and wanting. And that's what I really strive to do for the last 4 years, and that's what I will continue to do for the next 4 if I have that opportunity. Thank you. Okay, the first thing I'm going to just say is that once I'm elected, as I am today, I work for you. I don't work for the city council, I work for you. And the bridge, the $1.5 million bridge that we authorized to replace before we had permission to replace, and we had a $30,000 crossing that would work real good, was the reason that I argued over it, because I felt that it was a waste of money. We should first try to negotiate a crossing with the railroad, which we did not do until well after we had decided to replace the bridge. That's flawed decision making. It's rubber stamping. It's a decision to go down a road that we shouldn't be doing. These are the kind of things that I try to bring out, and I discuss at every meeting. We need to slow down, think about what we're doing, go over the facts, make sure we have everything before we make a decision. But we seem to get into this hurry-up, emergency, what does the staff think? What does the staff think? And I'm always saying, let's get the facts and let us make the decisions. That's where I'm at, and that's where I will be in the next 4 years, if I get your vote. Thank you. Okay, when I look at services, the biggest single issue that I see out there, and I'm really not willing to raise taxes over it, it's connectivity. It's the common complaint that I get from every resident out there is we're a disconnected community, we're broken apart, we're dysfunctional. We need to bring this together, and that's part of the reason why I look at the green space, the parks and trails as a huge investment in the city. It will draw tourists from all over. It will build the city up. I see that as something that's well worth investing in. I really don't see a return on the city hall and a police station at this time. I do think in time we will need to do something, but like everything, you have to take care of what you have. Right now, we are not taking care of our city hall. We're letting it fall apart. I really don't think that's respectful. I think you need to take care of it. When I buy my car, I take care of it. I invest in it. I've got an old home that's over 100 years old, and I invest and take care of it. I think you need to do that with Well, actually, I'm not looking for somebody to remember me for anything. Really what I'm looking for is to bring a city together. I think that when you work together, you can bring a city together. Unfortunately, we have some people that have thinking that goes back 30 plus years, and it hasn't worked then and it doesn't work now. We have an interchange that they had 17 different plans they spent $200,000 on, and MnDOT walked away from, and now we're stuck holding the bag. I'm not sure we can get that back, but I think we can get a lot of other nice things for the city and make it a city that we're all proud of. And I think that's what I look at, is I want everybody to be proud of their city and the stuff that it has in it. So that's it. The 169 interchange, unfortunately, the past has haunted us on this. We had 17 plans. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, and MnDOT basically got tired of it. They went somewhere else. They went to Belle Plaine. Now they don't have any money to allocate for this. So right now we're spending more monies and more plans, and we're going to get nowhere at this time because they're not interested in a $45 million plan unless, of course, the city of Jordan wants to pay for it. And you guys can't afford it. Even if we took everything you had, I don't think we could afford to pay for that kind of an interchange. So we need to make a much smaller footprint on that. So right now, that's as far as we're going to go on that one. When I look at the downtown, I see something we can do now, not 30 years from now, and that is we've started with the facade program, and that was a great start. But these buildings have to be invested in. They have to be taken care of. And to take care of them, you have to keep them up. And to do that, I think that's where we step in and say, if these treasures are worth saving, if this jewel of Scott County is worth saving, let's invest in it. Let's make it something worth coming to, because everybody else from everywhere else, when they come to this town, they see it, they get it. I get it, I hope you guys get it, because it's worth investing in. There's a lot of nice looking buildings down there that we can fix up, and then we can add, complement, and add some parking. 30 years we've been talking about it, haven't done it, we need to do something about parking.
Thank you.
You know, I don't really have any favorite books. I actually stay away from them because usually if I pick up a book, I can't put it down. So I literally have not read a book for years. I pick up periodicals, magazines, papers, and I read them for, basically all the events that are going on locally, internationally. Those are the things that interest me, because when I look at the job as being mayor, I like to look at what's going on in other cities and towns and try to apply some of the principles that I'm seeing that I like, and I try to avoid the ones I don't. Now, sometimes that is a difficult thing to do, because whenever you try to change things, the thing that I've noticed most about people is they don't like change. So when you try to make a change, there's a lot of what you're hearing about, I would call bickering, but realistically, it's a discussion that needs to happen if you want people to make informed decisions. Otherwise, we can go to the coffee bar or the bar somewhere, make the decision before the meeting, come in, rubber stamp it, and leave. And I don't think that's what people are looking for. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. What I really want to say is I think Jordan is a wonderful place to live. That's why I chose to live here. It has that small town feel that I think we all enjoy and love, and I think it's worth saving. And I think that's really where the discussion is today. Do you want to save it, or do you want to throw it away? And that's really the difference between myself and the other candidates. Now, we talk about being respectful, but we have some people that just don't want the dialogue. I enjoy the dialogue. I think it's well worth it, and that's why we have a lot of discussion at our council meetings. I think this is a jewel of Scott County. There is no other city that is complete as this one. It's worth it. I think it's worth the investment. And I hope you guys will give me the vote to give me 4 more years so that I can get out there and get some of this stuff done. And I know that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to fix stuff that's been in disrepair for 30 plus years. But we can do it, and we can do it without raising taxes. But some things will suffer, like the city hall and police department, because I don't think that's a top priority right now. I think we need to keep the taxes down for everybody. And everybody should be included in the process of rejuvenating this city. Thank you.